Hello, good morning to day one of my Foss Way trip, cycling from Exeter to Lincoln. It's 9:45 on Wednesday the 9th of June and I'm just at my local railway station, Oldfield Park, so it's the first part of my trip. I'm getting a train from here to Westbury. This is just a walk on, first come first serve with the bike, so I'm a little bit nervous about that, to be honest. And then I'm booked on a train from Westbury down to Exeter. I've got a seat and the cycle's reserved on that. So first part of the trip, I'll speak to you again at Westbury. So the day's finally arrived for my Foss Way ride. Anybody who hasn't followed the updates over the spring, I'm riding from Exeter to Lincoln, following the Foss Way as closely as possible, just as a Roman Centurion. I'm just starting my journey. I'm at the Roman Wall in North Sydney Park in Exeter. I got two trains down, one from Oldfield Park to Westbury and then a change at Westbury down to Exeter. Both journeys went smoothly and I'm just about to start my Foss Way ride now. Got a bit of weaving to go through Exeter city centre. I'm going to walk round by the cathedral and then start properly. Originally I was going to ride day one tomorrow. Actually, I was going to get to Exeter, ride about 3 miles to a travel lodge, stay the night and then set off very early in the morning to avoid the busy traffic on the A30 and A303. Because the travel lodge was so expensive to book, I decided to change my plans. So today I'm actually going to ride as far as I can until dark and then I'm going to bivvy. I'm hoping to get the bulk of the main road done today. Bivvy somewhere near Pylle Hill on the outskirts of Shepton Mallet and then have a very easy day back tomorrow to my house in Bath and then replenish supplies, more clean clothes, shower, hot food, etc. and then start the journey from Bath up to Leicester, where I'm going to stop in Hinckley Road Travel Lodge, ride through Leicester in the very early hours of Sunday morning, arriving at Lincoln, my finish point, sometime after midday on Sunday. So let's get started from the Roman Wall in Exeter. I'm now officially on the road. I'm on the A30. There's a really nice cycle path next to this road, very wide and smooth pavement. I've just passed the start stroke finish of the M5, so most of the traffic's petered off to my right now. This would be nice if this cycle path remains for the next few miles. That's always been one of my big concerns, the nature of this first day being a lot of main road. So far so good. I'm on the road to Honiton on this very straight section of B Road. I'm looking everywhere for my first sign of the Foss Way. I've already been diverted through a housing estate because there were some roadworks and I saw a sign leading to Roman Way and now I've got Straight Way Farm. Still looking for my first Foss Way sign. Just coming into sunny Honiton, been riding alongside the busy A30, now I'm just crossing over it, but it's really nice. I bumped into a cycling club, I rode with them a bit, told them what I was doing, and then they stopped and I carried on. Then they were behind me, I went past a lay-by and they just caught me up, and they said, one of the guys in the lay-by said, "Oi, the itinery's dropping you." Well, my first little problem, I came in to Honiton right alongside the busy A30. There was a little track that snaked over that bridge and then rode against the oncoming traffic on a pavement into Honiton. The old road passes through Honiton, then as it bends round to go back on the A30, my Garmin sent me straight on, and then it tried to send me down to the A30 into oncoming traffic, which is just foolhardy dangerous. So I just carried going on through this no-through road, and it basically took me to an unmetalled road, and then I got on a series of lanes, and I'm now above the A30, so I'm just trying to follow it as closely as possible. If I have to, I'll wait until after rush hour and then get on it, but at the moment I'm just following my nose. I'm roughly heading in the right direction, so I'll play it by ear. Well, by complete fluke, rather than running along the top of the hill paralleling it, I decided to come down. I thought I was either going to go under it or cross it, but I've joined it here and it's single carriageway. I'm going to try pavement as much as possible, so I'm back on route. It just shows, even when you think things have gone pretty badly wrong, just don't flap too much. Within 10 minutes I'm back on route. It's now 7:30 and I'm at Cartgate picnic area on the A303. So I joined the A303 when it was single carriageway. It went over the Blackdowns. It wasn't too bad. The only time I pulled in several times just to let traffic go behind me as there was grinds up a hill, and that wasn't too bad at all. And then I turned off it and I went through Ilminster, and that wasn't too bad at all. And then I just joined it as a dual carriageway about 3 or 4 miles south of here. Dual carriageway, luckily there's not too much traffic on. And also I was riding along like a little hard shoulder. I've got a few more miles now into Ilchester, and then I'll be getting off and I'll go up the A37. So I've decided to just stop here, let the traffic die down even more, and have my evening meal here. So I'm just boiling some water in my billy can. I'm going to have a couple of these MREs. It's now 20 to 9. I've been on the road since the picnic site about 10-15 minutes, and I've been riding eastwards up the A303. It's literally just behind me there. I want to make one thing very clear. I turned left onto the A37 and have done a big loop and then come back towards the A303 this way. So what I'm saying is, it does look like you could possibly make a right hand turn on a dual carriageway and come down here. That would be totally dangerous and irresponsible. So just to make that very clear, I haven't done it. What I did was, when I got opposite the turning, I stopped my Garmin, did like the 3-leaf clover, come down here on a bit of the original Foss Way, and now I'm going to ride back there. So I took the safe option, the left hand and the big curve to get here. I didn't cut straight across. I just really want to make that very, very clear. In a few miles, the other side of Ilchester, which I'll be going through shortly, there's another leg where you can go up on a no-through road by looking right to the A303, following the Fosseway. And again, I'll do it. I'll go all the way to the embankment of the A303. This time it'd be cutting across me at 180 degrees. Then I'll come back, curl around, do a big detour, almost 180 degrees, just to get on the other side of the road, and then start my Garmin again. So my track will look like I'm taking the Foss Way directly, but these two sections definitely need to be researched, thought out and ridden safely. You'll notice I've got glasses on now. I've been in contact lenses all day, sunglasses. I took my contact lenses out when I had the luxury of a picnic table and some water and all my fluids back at Cartgate, so I'm now in glasses. The reason being, it'll be dark soon, and when I bivvy I don't want to be scratching around fumbling for things doing that. So on a bit of the Foss Way, it's a lovely summer's evening. I'm heading up towards Ilchester. It's been quite a hard day actually. The road just goes straight on most of the time, and classic Roman road, if there's a hill it just goes over it, and I've been sweating a lot in this outfit, especially the hat. I've punched some ventilation holes in it. You may notice I've got some elastic around the chin. That definitely holds it on. Solve that problem. I may well need to open the ventilation holes up more. I was cooking earlier on today. One nice thing, I've been getting lots of beeps from builders' vans, flashing, waves. A couple of people have asked if they could have their photograph taken with me, which is really nice. An Indian guy on the station at Westbury, then one of the cyclists I bumped into earlier on. So that's really nice. And I've seen lots of people taking pictures of me as well as having a bit of a giggle. But hey, if I can cheer someone up, make their day, that's a bonus. I wasn't paying attention, I've just made a mistake. That's the bit of the Foss Way. I rode round the loop, rode down there to that gate where I spoke to, restarted my Garmin so it looks like I've come straight up, and the road did used to go straight across, you can see it there. I joined this main road and suddenly realised, oops, I should have come over this bridge. Well, lovely evening, nice and cool now. Quite looking forward to Bivvy tonight. A couple of hours and I should be there. This probably gives a better view, so I came in that way on my loop when the Garmin was switched off, rode down there, spoke to it at the gate, came back up here, made a mistake, came this way, suddenly realised, oops, should have come over this bridge. And we're just about to rejoin the Foss Way here. It's 9:05 in the evening and I've seen my first reference to the Foss Way. This is in Ilchester. So the road goes there. This is another one of my dog legs. I think I'm going to go all the way to the A303, then have to stop the Garmin, come back in this way, go around the A303 and then join it on the other side. I'll let you know how I get on. I'm not saying this is the first reference to Foss Way since Exeter. It's the first one I've noticed and I have been looking out a lot. Anyway, onwards, let's see how we get on. This is where I've just come up. There's a gate to stop vehicles, although there's a walker's gate here. Again, whether I can get across the A303, my research suggested I couldn't, but let's give it a go. I don't mind coming back. You can actually hear the A303 just over there. The end of this bit of road. But look, it looks like it may well be possible via a footpath. I'm going to give it a go anyway. This is a bonus if I can get through here. Well, it fizzles out right by the dual carriageway. You may see some cars going by. Technically, I could get across. It's a dual carriageway. Again, totally irresponsible and dangerous to do it. So, going to head back that way, stop the Garmin here, do a big loop to the other side of the road, and then I'll carry on. I'll talk to you when I get to the other side of the road. It's now 10:15. You can probably see I've put my high-vis top on. That's really going to confuse people. It's still very warm, but I just feel the Scotch light on this, and I'm on the A37 as well. It's not ultra busy, but you may see a couple of cars speeding by. So just this just makes complete sense. I'm going to carry on up here, cross the crossroads at Lidford on the Foss, I think it's called, or Lid on the Foss, then carry on towards Shepton Mallet, does a couple of climbs, and at the final climb it twists round, but there's actually a bit of track that it's a country lane that goes straight on. It cuts out literally a few hundred yards of curve where the main road goes, and I think there may be a bivvy spot up there. That's what I'm aiming for anyway. So hour and a half maybe. It's now 20 to 11 and I'm at the top of Pylle Hill. So I've just come in that way. The road curls round there, snakes down the hill. This is where I carry on, part of the Foss Way. It literally just cuts a semicircle off, but I think along here, I street mapped it the other day, and it looks like there may be a good bivvy point. I'm going to go and investigate. It's 10 to 11, and literally just beyond this little fence here is the main road going down. I've just come along a little lane that runs along the top of this field. I was going to put my tent up just close to the lane where I came in. I suddenly saw that, so I do a footpath, possibly cars, four-wheel drives along there. I don't want to put my bivvy up where a car could go over it, so I've come right down the bottom of the field, very close to the main road. I'm so tired, I don't think it's going to disturb me. I don't have to cook. I'm literally just going to put the bivvy up, get changed quickly, get in it, and I have the luxury of quite a bit of sleep tonight. It's now 11:45 and I'm all set up. There's my bike locked against the wooden fence. It's my bivvy all made up. All I'm putting in the bivvy with me is my phone, my little purse with the key for the bike lock in, and some water. And I've set my alarm for 6 AM, so 6 hours sleep hopefully. See you in the morning. Hello, good morning. It's now about 20 to 7. The alarm went off 40 minutes ago and I've just been lying here coming to gradually. This is just looking out through the mosquito net of the bivvy. In fact, I had the outer door open all night. It was so warm, I just wanted the ventilation. And then I guess about 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm not exactly sure the time, I started hearing very, very light drizzle, and that lasted for about an hour or so. And even then, I just pulled the door up and there's 1 or 2 drops on it now, but nothing really to worry about. I'm going to start getting myself up in a minute and then try and be on the road for about 7:30 maybe. Once again, I put the German Army ground sheet underneath the bivvy last night just to protect it, and also the front couple of feet project forward, and it gives you an area just to take your shoes off and get in and out of in the morning. This morning it's ideal because most of it's dry, whereas the bivvy's got a thin layer of wet moisture over it. I can use this to start packing and getting things organised, which is exactly what I'm doing as I hear all the traffic hurtling by just behind those trees there. I'll try and describe a bit of the kit details and logistics as the ride progresses. So I bought my Technic power pack. It's got 15,000 milliamp hours, so I can charge that at travel lodges, but I probably won't need to. It should last a whole week. So last night when I got here, I charged my Garmin overnight, and the small little, it looks like a little lipstick, a much smaller cash power pack that I use on the road. And the great thing about that is it'll just switch off when it's charged the devices. So they're fully charged overnight, ready for today. This morning, because I don't need it, I'm charging the light, and I'll be doing my phone on the road. And then after a couple of hours, when they're both done, I'll do my head torch, which I didn't use a lot last night, to be honest. I'm back at the gate, back on the road, the Foss Way actually. So I've just got my bike and the bags over that gate. It's a lot easier this morning in the light. I wasn't tired, plus that I wasn't wearing my Roman robe. Just behind those trees is the busy A37, and it starts snaking round, zigzagging down a steep hill before it levels out. So the summit is back there. I left the A37 after a long stretch on it at the summit, and you take this minor road. This is the old Foss Way, and once again, if there was a hill, the Romans just went straight down it. That's what I'm going to do. And as that road sort of levels out straight again, that's where this joins it with some pretty good views. Quarter of a mile in, and typical Roman road, dead straight. Wherever there's a hill, it just goes straight down. This is very steep. It's just about to rejoin the A37, but you can see the straight line of the Foss Way heading into Shepton Mallet. See if I can zoom in. Very, very defined line. That's where I'm heading. That's the top of Pylle Hill. That building there, that's on the minor road that I just joined, this busy road. There was a garage and an old post office here. I was hoping to get some breakfast there, but they've been closed for a while by the look of it. We're heading this way. I'm going to pavement it as much as possible. Well, I wasn't expecting this. Within a mile of leaving my campsite, Bivvy site, I'm sat outside having a breakfast, actually on the Foss Way itself. So this is a place, they're very friendly as well, Thorner's restaurant. And the Foss Way is just over there. The breakfast went down really well. I was having a second cup of coffee. Hopefully by the time I leave here, rush hour will be over. But as I said, there's quite a wide pavement. It looks like it goes on for quite a long time. Then there's a bit of a climb up to Shepton Mallet. Then when I get to Canard's Grave, most of the day is either off-road or on fairly minor roads. So it's only 20 miles to Bath, but it does cross the Mendips, and the off-roading will make it quite hard as well. Following on from the kit this morning, so that's the power pack that I take on all axes. That I normally do anything up to a 600. On a 600 I will take a second one just to do the lights, and also they each act as a backup for the other one. So that's what I'll be using today. That's what I charged last night. I'm still charging my phone and the front light. By the time I get home tonight, all I need to do really is recharge the power pack. I said earlier on that you can read as many history books and see films, documentaries. It's not until you experience things yourself sometimes you really comprehend the gravity of them. I don't know what the surface would have been like, but I'm struggling to ride it. I'm having to push a lot, just purely because of the gradient more than anything. I just can't get my head around how non-motorised vehicles would have traversed this way. I really can't. I'm struggling on pneumatic tyres and a triple chain set, and even when it's modern tarmac, the gradients are so severe. It's just, like I said, I just can't get my head around it really.